Welcome to CBN4's Primetime News. I am Sheena Harry. Motorists and pedestrians traveling along the roadway near the Douglas Charles Airport are very apprehensive. And this is because the seawall provides little to no defense against the raging waters of the Atlantic. For some time now, the water has been rising over the seawall and flooding the road, threatening the lives of those passing by and causing accidents. Representative for the Wesley constituency, Ezekiel Basil, says he can only deduce that this is a deliberate and intentional disregard for the life by the government, and that the government seems to be provoking and punishing the people of that area. Basil laments that many promises were made by the government following the elaborate reopening of the airport, but no work has been done as yet to provide more protection. But Minister for Public Works and Ports, Ian Pinad, says that although the ministry recognizes the severity following Tropical Storm Erica, the government has had to refocus its resources and funds and prioritize. Pinad assured the people that a new scope is being considered and work is being done to address the long-existing problem. Meanwhile, passers-by, including children going to school on foot, continue to bear down and make the dangerous trek because there is no other alternative. In other stories, the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association says they are concerned about the recent suspected homicide of a Brazilian national at the Hodges area located between Calibishi and Woodford Hill. According to Police Public Relations Officer Sergeant Pelham John Baptist, the lifeless body of Rose Wyatt, 51 years old, of Brazil, who lived at Calibishi, was discovered about 6 o'clock on Sunday, 17 January. The Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association says this incident is one in a series of recent crimes in which alleged burglaries, robberies, and violent attacks on residents and visitors have occurred. The organization is urging all Dominicans to cooperate with law enforcement and to report any information that may help answer questions about this and any other crime. The DHTA says crime poses a significant threat to a thriving tourism industry for Dominica. And if tourism is everybody's business, we all must work together and be proactive about crime prevention. Reports are that one male has since been arrested in connection to the homicide of Wyatt. A partly decomposed body was discovered in Falcolay Tuesday evening. Police are currently investigating the matter. However, the body has not yet been identified. CBN4 will bring you more details in another newscast. Also in the news, at the Dominica Festival Commission's weekly press conference, it was revealed that one business has finally taken the initiative to support a Carnival Queen contestant. Universal Martial Arts Academy announced that it would offer partial sponsorship to Tassia Flozak, who represents Atkinson and Castle Comfort. Flozak said that the need for sponsorship has been emphasized by everyone involved in organizing the pageant.
For sponsorship is one that has been loud and clear on the airwaves, and I would really just like to thank Sensei Robin for answering that call and coming on board to sponsor or part sponsor me. I think one of the greatest gifts that one can possess is one of gratitude, and express, I would say, is one of gratitude. And I would just really like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me this stimulus or this impetus to contribute fully to Carnival this year.
Flozak promised to do her best on the night of the show to represent the Academy, nerves and all. The other contestants remain unsponsored, and the DFC continues to plead for more businesses to show their support. A presentation of certificate and a symbolic wooden key was handed to the government of Dominica, marking the completion of the Newtown Primary School. The key and certificate were presented to the Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Peter Seja, by the Chinese ambassador to Dominica. Honorable Peter Seja said he is pleased with the progress on the school thus far.
We to inform today that the Newtown Primary School, funded by the People's Republic of China, is now complete, and as of the second week of January, the students of Newtown and surrounding areas actually moved into the new school, marking the commencement of the new school term.
The Ministry of Education, he added, is extremely pleased with the new school and thanked the People's Republic of China for this gift of a long overdue educational institution to the people of Newtown, for which the government and people are profoundly grateful. The Dominica and Chinese governments signed a $6 million contract for the new school in October 2013, as the 30-year-old existing building was in a state of deterioration, coupled with the persistent threat of slope failure posing danger to students. Also in the news headlines, although the carnival season is usually focused on calypso and pageantry, there is one other competition in the limelight. Belfast Estate Limited will be hosting the Rumologist competition, and no, this competition is not focused on who can drink the most of Belfast's premium rums, but on displaying the vast skills of bartenders around the island at using these rums in their drinks. Representative for Belfast Estate, Vanessa Winston, says they have taken the traditional mixologist competition and added Dominican flavor. Acclaimed mixmaster Andrel Andrew explains the details of the competition. And these concoctions will be researched and tested for originality. Amateurs, on the other hand, will be given a list of cocktails that utilize Belfast rums and then asked to reproduce them during the competition. Registration is open until January 31st and costs $150 for corporate competitors and $50 and $25 for individual professionals and amateurs, respectively. Prizes range from $2,500 down to $750, plus products and endorsements. Winston reiterates that this competition is meant to showcase the artistry and talents of local bartenders. Those wishing to register can contact Belfast Estate at 767-448-2340. In other news, the government of Dominica has received 200 tablets from one of its agents of the Economic Citizenship Program, APEC Services. During a brief handing over, the tablets were presented to Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Roosevelt Skerritt, by President of APEC's Capital Partners, Nuri Katz, and his local Dominica associate, Kenny Green.
We thought as a company that as a company doing business with the people of Dominica, trying to bring not only investors to Dominica, but we wanted to make our own contribution to the development of information technology. We live in a global world, and without this technology, that access to that global world would be impossible. We are a global company, and we want to encourage globality of the world.
Katz said, although his business is new to Dominica, having spent quite a bit of time on island, he has noticed the government's move towards expanding the availability of information technology within the government and people of the country. The Convent High School is leading the way with a pilot program launched at the school aimed at keeping the environment clean and green. Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, Jenno Jacob, said for the anti-litter campaign in Roseau, it was more beneficial to launch among school students and branch out into the public.
We see Roseau as an important city, a historical city, and we believe also that in curbing or controlling the volumes of litter that we continue to see in Roseau, by a small percentage of people who are not getting the message, it is important that we engage the schools, that involve you in the process of changing the habits and the morals of a number of people who are residing within the city. And within the city of Roseau, there are a number of different types, when I say type of people, with different nationalities of people. We have the Haitians, we have the Chinese, and so forth. It's important that we learn their languages. It's important that we learn how to communicate with them. For example, I was challenged when...
Jacob says the program is very important as it relates to the cleanliness of the city, which is currently not at its best in a country that prides itself on being the Nature Isle of the Caribbean. The program features students of the Convent High School's Environmental Club who will plant various flowers in Roseau in an effort to beautify the city. Stay tuned, I've got spots on the way. In the sports highlights, the DFA is scheduled to host a medical course on Saturday, 23rd January at the Football House in Bath Estate from 9 a.m. All clubs and teams in the Premier and Division 1 League are asked to send 2 representatives. The course will be facilitated by Drs. Coulson George and Robertson Thomas, along with Albert Noel, Clement John Baptist, and Carlton Lando. Another local course will be held later down in the year for the All-Island League and the Women's League. The Dominica Football Association has taken up a decision and suspended a player of Collyho for 4 matches, while the Gully Dream Team has been suspended pending a hearing from the disciplinary committee. Deshaun Joseph of the Collyho football team is banned for 4 matches by the disciplinary committee of the DFA for leading a walk-off in a match against MV Maxano Bomber on the 12th of December 2015. According to Gerald George, the public relations officer of the DFA, in a report, Joseph shall write a letter of apology to the match officials, the disciplinary committee, the Collie-Ho football team, and the DFA. Gerald George also stated that the letter of apologies must be submitted to the DFA no later than 7 days after the receipt of the report. Meantime, Jimmy Langley, who attended the disciplinary hearing as team manager, shall also write a letter of apology, which must be signed by himself and team members and to be submitted to the office of the DFA. Langley also has 7 days to submit his letter of apology. The Gully Dream Team of Bath Estate has also been suspended from participating in any activities of the DFA with immediate effect for the non-appearance of 2 consecutive matches in the Division 1 League. The Isaiah Thomas Secondary School cruised to an easy victory over the Goodwill Secondary School yesterday at the 2016 Secondary School United Insurance Under-20 Cricket Championships. Ajaya Roye was one of the standout performers for the ITSS as he picked up 10 wickets in the match. The Goodwill Secondary School batted first and bowled out for 32. Ajaya Roye bagged 4 wickets for 9 runs and Lincoln Dura had 2 for 8. ITSS turn at the crease made 139 for 6, with Micah Joseph top scoring with a blistering 55 not out. He was firmly supported by Curly Alphonse with 29 not out. Goodwill Secondary had a second chance at the crease and made 67 all out. Dion Detouche made 39. Ajaya Roye bagged 6 wickets for 44 runs, and Micah Joseph with 4 wickets for 48, leading the ITSS to an inning and 40-run win. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force batsman Darren Bravo is focused on taking things one game at a time, but is confident the team has what it takes to repeat as Super 50 champions. Bravo had a splendid knock of 82 against the Barbados Pride, but the Twin Island Republic lost their unbeaten record after failing to defend a total of 223. In a must-win scenario, the Pride knocked off Trinidad and Tobago by 3 wickets to book a place in the semi-finals, fueled in large part by Jason Holder's 4 for 35. Despite succumbing to a loss in his first appearance for the Red Force since returning from the West Indies Test Tour of Australia, Bravo was unfazed by the results.
A pleasant welcome to CBN4's weather report. There is some consistency in the weather patterns as we see this evening is the same with a partly cloudy weather with a few showers in spots. Temperatures are at 81 degrees high with a low of 75 degrees. Humidity is at 83% with a 40% chance of rain in the area. Sea conditions are moderate in open waters with waves up to 5 to 7 feet. Winds are moving east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 35 kilometers per hour. The sun rose at 6:36 a.m. and will set at 5:58 p.m. Now for the weather synopsis. Occasional cloudiness and brief showers are likely to affect parts of the island chain during the next 24 hours. Moderate sea conditions are expected during the next 24 to 48 hours with waves peaking near 7 feet. Let's take a look at the weather updates for tomorrow. Thursday will be partly sunny with a shower. Temperatures will be in the highs of 81 degrees with a low of 75. Humidity will be 74% with a 41% chance of rain in the area. Meanwhile, sea conditions will remain moderate in open waters with waves up to 5 to 7 feet. Winds will be moving east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly, also at 15 to 35 kilometers per hour. Sunrise will be at 6:36 a.m. and will set at 5:58 p.m. Let's take a look at the forecast for the days ahead. Expect another partly sunny day with a shower. Temperatures will be in the highs of 82 degrees with a low of 76. Humidity will be 73% with a 42% chance of rain in the area. Meanwhile, sea conditions will be moderate in open waters with waves up to 5 to 7 feet. Winds will also be moving east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 35 kilometers per hour. Sunrise will be at 6:36 a.m. and will set at 5:58 p.m. And also, weather patterns will remain consistent as Friday will also be partly sunny with a shower. Temperatures will be in the highs of 82 degrees with a low of 76. Humidity will be at 73% with a 44% chance of rain in the area. Meanwhile, sea conditions will remain moderate in open waters with waves up to 5 to 7 feet. Winds will also be moving east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 35 kilometers per hour. Sunrise will be at 6:36 a.m. and will also set at 5:59 p.m. Expect partly to sunny weather with a shower on Saturday. Temperatures will be in the highs of 81 degrees with a low of 76. Humidity will drop to 69% with a 41% chance of rain in the area. Meanwhile, sea conditions will be moderate in open waters with waves up to 5 to 7 feet. Winds will be moving east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 15 to 35 kilometers per hour. Sunrise will be at 6:36 a.m. and will set at 5:59 p.m. Thank you for watching our up-to-date weather report. Goodbye.
And you've been watching CBN4's Primetime News. Once again, I am your presenter, Sheena Harry.